17 Characteristics of a Cheating Woman. Characteristics of a cheating woman can be relatively easy to identify, though they can be somewhat generalized. It's difficult to view a loved one in such clinical terms, but if you suspect your partner of being unfaithful, here are some traits to watch for. 1. She's become emotionally distant. A common characteristic of a cheating woman is her lack of emotional connection with you, her primary partner. Even if she's physically present, you'll notice she isn't engaged in the conversation or fully there. She becomes emotionally distant. When a woman is cheating, even if the affair is primarily physical, her mind will be elsewhere, and she will seem constantly preoccupied. She'll be less involved in everyday conversations and the small things that make up a committed relationship. It will be evident that even when she's responding or participating, her mind is elsewhere. 2. She's out of the house a lot more. How can you tell if a woman is cheating? She'll start spending a lot more time out of the house than before. While this doesn't mean that every woman who goes out is cheating, you might notice her leaving at odd times. So, before you start thinking about infidelity recovery stages, consider this. A cheating woman will often convey a need to be out of the house. She might hint or outright say that there's not much excitement at home or when she's with you. Alternatively, she may find other excuses to be away, sudden unexplained errands or work-related outings, for example. 3. Unexplained late-night phone calls or texts. It's a broad generalization to say that all cheaters engage in late-night calls and texts, but such communication is often associated with infidelity and can lead to trust issues. You might notice she's spending more time on her phone than usual, hesitating to take calls when you're around, or giving secretive smiles while texting. When asked about it, she might dismiss it casually. This situation is tricky because the most obvious solution might be to check your partner's phone. However, doing so could exacerbate trust issues and make it even harder to mend your relationship. 4. She looks for reasons to fight or argue. Even the best relationships experience ups, downs, and arguments. Sometimes, fighting can actually sustain a relationship by bringing hidden issues to light. However, when a woman cheats, she might alleviate her guilt and confusion by picking unnecessary fights. Increased disconnectedness and emotional detachment often lead to more arguments, further widening the communication gap between you. Communication issues in relationships often indicate a deeper problem. In this case, it could be that your partner feels guilty about her infidelity or is trying to push you away, hoping you'll leave her so she feels less guilty. 5. She's cheated before. One characteristic of a cheating woman is a history of infidelity. She cheats, expresses remorse, promises to change, and then repeats the behavior. I dated someone who had cheated on her previous partner. I liked to believe she wouldn't do it to me because I was the one, but that wasn't the case. She ended up cheating on me multiple times. While serial cheaters can potentially change and settle into a committed relationship, it's challenging if cheating has become a pattern for them. Remember, cheating is always a choice, so don't fall into the trap of thinking your cheating partner just can't help it. 6. She's got commitment issues. This might seem similar to being a serial cheater, but there are subtle differences. A woman with commitment issues isn't necessarily a cheating partner, but these issues can definitely contribute to infidelity when it occurs. A commitment phobe fears long-term relationships for various reasons: loss of autonomy, trust issues, childhood trauma, or abuse. As one of the cheating personality types, a woman who avoids commitment might use infidelity to keep from getting too close to a partner. Among the traits of a cheating woman might be a deep sense of insecurity about her ability to build and sustain a lasting relationship. She might not trust herself or her partner, so cheating, moving from one relationship to another, becomes her way of coping. 7. She's a narcissist. Being in a relationship with a narcissistic spouse is draining. When a narcissist is also cheating on you, it adds another layer of complexity to manage. Among the various types of cheating personalities, narcissism is particularly notable due to the self-centeredness and self-congratulatory traits typically exhibited. When dealing with a cheating woman who is also a narcissist, one prominent trait is her belief that she can evade detection. Narcissists have an inflated sense of self-importance, leading them to assume their partner either won't discover their infidelity or will forgive them easily to avoid losing them. Additionally, narcissists often lack remorse or shame for their actions, making it easier for them to engage in infidelity. 8. She accuses you of cheating on her. Blame shifting is a definite characteristic of a cheating woman. To deflect suspicion and accusations away from herself, she may reverse the roles and accuse her partner of being unfaithful instead. My ex-partner frequently played this mind game. Whenever I confronted her about her infidelity, she would immediately accuse me of sabotaging the relationship and cheating on her instead. It was a form of gaslighting that deeply affected my psyche. Engaging in mind games like gaslighting in relationships serves to portray oneself as blameless and completely innocent, while also instilling doubt in the partner making accusations. And if there's one common trait among all cheaters, or at least most of them, it's their ability to convincingly proclaim their innocence. 9. There's a change in her sexual appetite. Among the various signs of a cheating woman, it's important to be vigilant for sudden changes in sexual behavior, whether there's an increase, decrease, or a shift in her approach to physical intimacy. She might start avoiding your touch altogether, even flinching away instinctively from a simple arm touch. In terms of intimacy, she could begin to offer frequent excuses and reasons to avoid closeness, possibly even suggesting separate sleeping arrangements to avoid physical contact. Conversely, she might display a newfound interest in exploring novel ways to be sexually intimate, showing increased enthusiasm for experimenting with new techniques in the bedroom. In either scenario, you'll observe noticeable shifts in her level of interest or disinterest in intimacy. 10. She constantly plays the victim. It's often easier to assume the role of the victim rather than accept responsibility for infidelity. Who would prefer to be seen as someone who has caused pain and shattered trust, rather than someone who has been continuously hurt and victimized throughout their life? The latter tends to garner more sympathy and support, doesn't it? One common trait among all cheaters is their tendency to portray themselves as the wronged party when confronted with their infidelity. If their cheating is discovered, they typically deflect by highlighting all the ways they've felt unhappy in the relationship and avoid taking accountability. Moreover, even in other situations where they face criticism, their initial reaction is often to deny any wrongdoing and shift blame away from themselves. 11. Her self-esteem is low. Dating someone, whether a man or woman, with low self-esteem often entails seeking constant validation from others. For them, infidelity or moving from one romantic involvement to another becomes a means of continually seeking external validation and boosting their fragile self-worth. How can you identify if a woman is cheating? If she consistently struggles with low self-esteem and seeks validation and affirmation outside of herself, she may view romantic relationships as a way to bolster her self-esteem and feel good about herself. Additionally, she might feel dissatisfied in one relationship because she perceives it lacks sufficient compliments or validation, prompting her to seek affirmation elsewhere. 12. She normalizes cheating. I was in a relationship for 2 years, and initially, I admired her open-mindedness when she casually mentioned being with other people and didn't seem bothered if I expressed attraction to someone else. It was only later that I realized it wasn't just talk. She didn't see cheating as something hurtful or a breach of trust because she rationalized her own infidelity. It's crucial to distinguish between honesty about polyamory or an open relationship and discussing cheating as if it's morally acceptable. Cheating involves betraying someone's trust by acting behind their back. Therefore, if someone you're dating starts talking about how humans aren't naturally monogamous, it's important to delve deeper into the conversation to understand whether they're considering cheating or proposing to redefine the terms of the relationship. 13. She's been lying to you. The association between lying and cheating is well established for a reason. While it's challenging to generalize traits of women who cheat, there's often a tendency to engage in dishonesty, not just about infidelity but also about various other matters. When a woman is cheating on you, she may fabricate stories about her whereabouts, the company she keeps, and reasons for staying out late. She might frequently offer explanations for delays, make secretive phone calls, and so forth. Moreover, if confronted about her dishonesty, she may resort to gaslighting tactics, deflecting blame onto you by questioning your trust in her. 14. She's rarely happy around you. If the woman you're in a relationship with consistently expresses dissatisfaction and sadness over an extended period, it may indicate that she is seeking happiness and fulfillment outside of the relationship. One characteristic that might indicate infidelity is when she appears perpetually dissatisfied, no matter how her current partner tries to meet her needs or desires. This dissatisfaction could be rooted in specific instances of feeling neglected within the relationship, or it could stem from a general sense of unhappiness or a desire for change. The lack of compatibility and happiness in a relationship cannot always be reasoned away. Initially, a woman who is unhappy might try to persevere in the hope that things will improve. However, over time, her discontent, whether physical or emotional, might lead her to seek solace in infidelity. 15. She refuses to discuss the future with you. She professes her love for you, yet whenever you attempt to discuss plans beyond the immediate future, she quickly shuts down. While we've previously discussed commitment issues as a potential trait of a cheating woman, in this scenario, it's not just about avoiding discussions of a shared future. I once believed I was in a long-term relationship. However, every time I brought up future plans like a weekend getaway or meeting each other's families, she would dismissively claim uncertainty about where she'd be even in the coming month. It later became evident that she was involved with someone else on the side. While it's not accurate to assume that all women who cheat exhibit specific behaviors, a consistent and vague reluctance to engage in discussions about future plans can certainly raise suspicions. 16. Her need for attention is immense. Cheating in a romantic relationship can often stem from an intense need for attention and a desire to always be in the spotlight. A woman who cheats may do so because she craves being the center of everyone's focus and needs to feel important at all times. While everyone enjoys attention and a healthy relationship ensures both partners receive their fair share, it's crucial to accept that relationships go through phases where you won't always be front and center. When someone can't accept this natural ebb and flow and resorts to cheating as a response, it can signal significant trouble for the relationship. 17. She's easily bored. Boredom in a relationship is a common challenge, especially after being together for a while. However, a strong relationship thrives on the mutual understanding that it has its ups and downs, and commitment is essential through it all. One characteristic that may indicate a woman is prone to cheating is her preference for the initial stages of relationships when everything is new and exciting. Once the thrill of the beginning fades, she may grow bored and seek novelty elsewhere, perpetuating a cycle of pursuing new beginnings rather than settling down or deepening existing commitments. Identifying whether a woman is cheating isn't straightforward. Sometimes, signs may not be obvious, and behaviors like those described here could be present without infidelity occurring. It's possible for a woman to engage in extramarital affairs yet still maintain love for her primary partner. Relationships are dynamic, and if circumstances change or issues are resolved, she may recommit to her primary partner. Recognizing potential signs of infidelity is one thing, confronting the issue is another challenge entirely. It's crucial to gather solid evidence before confronting her to avoid unnecessary conflict and doubts about her fidelity. If it turns out she is cheating, having a plan and support system in place, such as considering therapy with experienced counselors from bonobology, can be beneficial. Dealing with a cheating partner is undoubtedly difficult, even after identifying characteristics that suggest infidelity. It's important to be strong yet compassionate toward yourself during such challenging times. While it takes effort from both parties to sustain a relationship, a cheating partner must take responsibility for their actions. We hope you navigate this situation with clarity and wish you the best of luck. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below, and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.